So I'm going to be doing something a bit different for today's video. I'm going to be dubbing over an existing recording rather than making use of live commentary. This is for various reasons. One is because of the fact that, I don't want to spend too much time recording live footage. It's hard to commentate in the live game, but also because this is another rant. Also, apologize for the background noise. This is not a professional recording studio. So, in case you're wondering what this video is about, probably is from the title, this is a video about my younger brother's YouTube channel. You probably have heard of him going by the name quote-unquote Jaigs online. Now, again, the thing is, he requested that I trash talk his YouTube channel, but at the same time, how do I approach, effectively speaking, trashing someone who has requested to be trashed, but also at the same time is at the very start of their understanding of their career? Like, he is literally a self-taught animator just starting out. What do you find in there to trash? Like, in the case of, say, Perhpas I or Dream, for example, they're professionals, they're adults, they've had years of experience. I can't have any kind of plausible deniability. They just don't know what they're doing. In the case of Jaigs, though, I do have the deniability. I do have that realization that, he's a kid and doesn't fully understand how to make quality content. I mean, hell, I exist within that category. So, and again, I could prattle on about how, well, his animation isn't very high quality. It looks just like a Helvetic command thing. But I don't think that's worth the effort, which made me wonder, though. Honestly, the other thing I have noticed is that in general, people tend to approach YouTube content as this kind of, how do I put this, heightening production value always improves content, which oftentimes isn't the case. Like, I've seen videos of people literally just sitting in front of a camera and ranting for 10 minutes. They're actually higher quality than videos with this massive editing budget sculpted from hours of footage. Like, no. Like, I'm gonna line up the content of Perhpas I and the content of Hugbox real quick. This is just for convenience. The content of the YouTuber Hugbox is often comprised of rants superimposed over live action footage, dubbing over live footage with him just talking. So the thing is, his content is more insightful and engaging than that of Perhpas I. The reason why should be fairly obvious. Perhpas I's content is effectively predicated on the idea that the person doesn't want to have their suspension of disbelief intact, basically, because of the fact that the videos themselves are very scripted. It means that you'll have moments where he will, say, take a sucker punch from Cthulhu, canonically speaking, and then keep going forward, seemingly unfazed. Like, he'll be unarmored, take a sucker punch from Cthulhu, and move on, no harm done, and then he'll be at risk of dying from being poked by sharp sticks. This reduces the audience's suspension of disbelief, as after all, you are watching a recording of someone doing a 100 days challenge, and you probably wouldn't upload the recording if he had failed said challenge. But again, your suspension of disbelief is gone if it's the case that you don't think that the stakes are consistent. Getting punched by Cthulhu does nothing, but getting poked by pointy sticks does. That's a problem. So in the case of Jaigs' content, I don't know, I would like to say, oh yeah, he's chill, but also I genuinely don't know what to say. Like, should I talk about his gaming content? Well, I have no idea what to say about his gaming content, because, like I said, he and I are both kind of at the inception of what could be considered any kind of existence on YouTube. So the idea that I would be just like jumping up to trash the way he approaches his content is kind of stupid. But again, he asked me to, so I'm going to point out that he hasn't made efforts towards doing live commentary. He also hasn't seemingly like dubbed over his videos or anything. He's just recording the footage with no commentary, occasionally not including the audio from the game itself, and then kind of leaving it that. I've done that sometimes in some videos, and I don't think that's inherently bad, but I do think that his approach to making content doesn't really seem like he's interested in that. He just kind of like, oh, well, I'm bored, I'll make a video. And to be fair, I get that, it is just a hobby for him, but I do think that that approach is probably why his animation channel is more popular than his YouTube channel. Sorry, his gaming channel. So, aside from that though, he's doing good. Oh god, I understand that there are people in the audience who have likely done a complete playthrough of Area of Sorrow and are watching this and are like, dude, you don't know how to do the Grim Reaper boss fight, you don't know how to, beat death itself in a fist fight, what is wrong with you? You suck at this game so bad. I'm like, yeah, I know. Anyway. So, what else was I considering saying? So, the other thing I also noticed, and this isn't nearly as important to any kind of discussion that anyone is going to raise, is that the idea that as I was saying earlier, the idea that production value always improves content isn't necessarily true. Most of the time, heightened production value actually lowers the overall quality. In order to understand what I mean, think of it like so. Let's say I don't know, for example, a good example of this actually would be well, aside from Perhpas I, I can't think of a good example, but again, when you heighten the amount of money you're putting into production, you will likely spend less on, actually making sure you're producing something good. You'll do cool pan around shots for scenes where people are standing still. You'll make sure to get cool cinematic shots, but at the same time won't actually make sure that the shots make sense or it's clear what's going on in said shot. So yeah, it looks cool, but like, can you tell what's going on in the scene? Some realistic cases, these people will pretend to have like debates or whatever, but again, these debates aren't about politics or anything remotely interesting. Like, I'm not gonna lie, from my standpoint, this might be true, but Perhpas I seems kind of racist adjacent. Sorry, I know I just called Perhpas I racist. Let me back up a bit. But Perhpas I's approach to content effectively is, I survive 100 years and 100 days and insert pre-modern society, where pre-modern society be, I don't know, say like ancient Egypt or ancient Greece, whatever. I just think, dude, why is existing in a pre-modern society now regarded as some kind of goofy challenge? It's like the gay potion thing, but racist instead of homophobic, which, I don't know, maybe saying that, oh, well, it's not overtly racist. Yeah, but again, it's kind of beneath the surface there. I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it. But again, and I do think that there are various other things I could talk about, like how Jaigs seems to be a very notable for being kind of idiotic at times. Like, for example, he genuinely believes that the Lake Kingdom in Mario Odyssey is not a water level. The less said about that, the better. And bleh. So here we are at the game over screen. That's all I have to say for today, honestly. That's not really much else I want to point out. Bye.